Thank you all for coming. I would also like to thank ADAPT for allowing us use of this premise and supporting us for the second time in the last 6 months. As Ralph just said, we're dedicating this evening to this insanity of nuclear weapons and nuclear power. As you all know, on August 6, 1945, the US dropped an atomic bomb on Hiroshima. Official estimates say that 140,000 people were killed instantly or died within a few months. 3 days later, Nagasaki was the target of the plutonium bomb, which killed 80,000 people. In the years since then, thousands have died due to cancer caused by the radiation from the atomic bombs, and congenital defects and numerous other ailments have multiplied, and people are still suffering. If you thought 1945 should have meant something to the world, it worked the other way. 1945 saw the triggering of a race for nuclear weapons. Thousands of nuclear tests have been conducted since 1945. Well in excess of 2,500 nuclear tests have been conducted. And this is something which many of us don't realize. It's not just the nuclear weapons or the nuclear power that we have to worry about. It's the nuclear tests which have resulted in creation of these nuclear weapons. These nuclear tests have been conducted by the US, Russia, France, UK, China, India, Pakistan, perhaps North Korea, and we don't know who else. Now, these overground and underground tests across the world have affected millions of people from the fallout. Millions have been displaced. Most of them haven't even got compensation for being displaced. The islands in French Polynesia, in the atolls, have been wiped out. And nobody talks about this anymore, because those were colonies of the French, or areas which were controlled by one of the colonizers. These people from there, 2 million deaths took place due to cancer alone in the last 50 years is the estimate. So where does the plutonium required for these nuclear weapons come from? These nuclear plants that exist today produce enough. One single atomic power plant produces enough plutonium for 100 nuclear bombs. So the world today is therefore awash in plutonium, the most deadly substance in the planet. The world has today a stockpile of over 20,000 nuclear weapons. Between Russia and America, they alone have close to 15,000 nuclear weapons. The nuclear weapons which are possessed by the superpowers and India and China and Pakistan together are enough to destroy this planet not once, not 10 times, but 100 times. And still this madness, this greed, or this maniacal control, the supremacy of power, of wanting to control through nuclear weapons and nuclear power, this world strategically is endless. So in human terms, the fallout and radiation from all these nuclear activities, testing, weapons, uranium mining, and power has been catastrophic. Millions have died, millions have been displaced, and millions suffer from a range of deadly health problems. In 1984, the United Nations Human Rights Committee noted, it is evident that the designing, testing, manufacture, possession, deployment and use of nuclear weapons are amongst the greatest threats to the right to life which confront mankind today, and it concluded that the production, testing, possession, deployment and use of nuclear weapons should be prohibited and recognized as crimes against humanity. Today we remember all those victims of Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Chernobyl, Fukushima, and all those who have suffered for all the reasons that I've explained in terms of nuclear testing, and all those who have been displaced, and all those who suffer because of various aspects of nuclear power, including uranium mining and other activities. So we call upon all of you here to raise your voice against everything nuclear. We call for a stop to these crimes against humanity.